The fastest that I ever see 100 pounds come off is 3 months. So you're right there.
Like I had this thing called eating rage. I'd be the only one in the house and I'd be like, eating rage. And I'd just go into the cabinets and the fridge and start eating everything I could. The first month I did a 30-day watermelon fast. And then after that I went straight into just fruit juice fast. And I lost 100 pounds altogether doing that.
Crazy.
I had diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, put the truck in park, and I had to call the ambulance because I didn't know what was going on. I was on the floor inside the truck, and I'm like, man, I need help. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking I'm finna die.
Wow.
I went to the hospital. I started throwing up all over the floor. Once I got the medical bill, I said, man, I gotta change.
Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching The Healthy Alternative. Today, we've got a special guest. Dutchie Dutch is with us in the building. Thank you for joining me today. If you guys are ready to hear his journey, it's going to be incredible. What he told me what he accomplished thus far. He's still in process. So I'm really excited to look at some of his background, you know, all the nitty gritty details, how he was able to achieve what he achieved most recently and what he's looking to do in the future. If you guys are interested in hearing that story, it's coming up next. All right, brother. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Yep. I'm happy to be here. So
it is an incredible thing. The first thing I want to do, because you just told me what you've accomplished thus far in the past 4 months, and I like to give people a little something to bite on, something to chew. Why should I sit here and listen to this whole interview? So just briefly tell us what you have accomplished in the past 4 months.
Okay, past 4 months. The first month I did a 30-day watermelon fast, and then after that I went straight into a 90-day just fruit juice fast. So, and I lost 100 pounds altogether doing that.
Crazy.
So, and yep.
So that's, you did a 30-day and a 90-day?
Yep.
Yeah. So
yep.
that's, go ahead.
So I did the 30 days and then I did eat for like a week.
Okay.
I did 30-day watermelon, then I ate for a week, and then I went into the 90-day fruit juice fast.
Excellent. So 100 pounds in 4 months, which is the fastest that I ever see 100 pounds come off is 3 months. So you're right there. And I bet you had a much more seamless experience using the juice. We're going to get more into that as we get more into your story. But that sounds like something that, you know, can be very achievable for people who are looking to lose 100 pounds.
Exactly.
All right. So let's start here. Let's start at the beginning of your wellness journey. Tell me about where you were mentally, physically, emotionally, when you made the decision, I need to make a change. Like, go back to the beginning.
Okay. Yeah. I was having kidney stones. And I had my first kidney stone, I think it was February or something like that. And see, what really got me was when I went there, it was the emergency room. And then I got the medical bill. Once I got the medical bill, I said, man, I got to change. And then after that, I went straight into the watermelon fast. And then when I did the watermelon fast, I had another kidney stone. So it was just medical problems. I had diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all that prior to that fast. So I just like, man, I got to do something.
Was there a surgery to have the stone extracted, or did it come out?
Nah. It came out normally through the urine. It was hurting so bad. That was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. Cause I'm a truck driver, and on my way home, I was driving and I was at a stoplight. And when I got to the stoplight, I started feeling the pain. So it started hurting so bad I had to put the truck in park and I had to call the ambulance because I didn't know what was going on. I was on the floor inside the truck and I'm like, man, I need help. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking I'm finna die.
Wow.
So I called them. They came. It was crazy. When they came, the pain kind of slowed down and I was like an hour from the house. So I'm like, man, this bill gonna be crazy if I go with those. So I was just like, let me just go home and then see what happened. I'm thinking it's over with. And then me being big, I was like, all right, let me go get something to eat. And then I got me a big old Whopper, ate it, laid down. it started coming right back. It started thumping. And then I went to the hospital. I started throwing up all over the floor.
Mm,
Yeah. So I was like, man, I can't do this. And that's what
that's
really started it all.
man, that's crazy. And you know, kidney stones, especially as a young man, we're not thinking about no kidney stones. Like
Exactly.
that's the last thing. You know, the first time I ever like heard about a kidney stone, I was I was probably like 10, and I'm watching Seinfeld, and Kramer had a kidney. One of the episodes, Kramer had a kidney stone, and he was talking about how painful it was. And you know, Kramer's super theatrical, and that was the
Yeah.
first time I knew, and that was the reason I knew there was painful from watching Seinfeld. But it's
So painful.
not so common that people talk about it, so I don't know how frequently people get them, but I know they're very
Hmm.
painful.
Yeah.
So okay, so obviously the scare, right? That initial fear of am I gonna die? Now when you found
Yeah.
out it was the kidney stone, that probably made you feel a little bit better, but still, because I've had
Yeah.
those moments where I'm like, bro, am I about to die? Like the pain is
Yeah.
just so intense or it lasts so long.
Hmm.
What was your thought process as far as because like kidney stone is not necessarily like weight related per
Yeah.
se.
Yeah.
So how did you come to the conclusion I need to drop weight? Like,
Well, it was another situation. I mean, I say it. I had this girl and I couldn't it was another situation. I had this girl and I couldn't get hard. And
uh,
I ain't never want to talk about it, but I don't really care no more. Because I'm losing the weight. But I couldn't get hard, and I'm like, I know it's because I'm big. I know it's because I'm big. So I was like, 4 something.
mm,
And I was like, man, I gotta lose that and that. That's like happening all around the same time. And then I seen that bill come in. It said like 2, 3 thousand. I'm like, oh heck no. It did. That's when I just started cutting weight. It was crazy. I
gotcha.
lost 40 pounds and then I ate for that week and then I gained some back and then, you know, yeah,
Okay.
it was crazy.
Well, that's man, that's listen. We've talked about that many times. You're not alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like it's it's funny because that will motivate us. Like that will
Yeah, yeah. It
motivate us.
motivated me like a mug.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
It's funny, like back in the day, like I'll be getting my hair cut and the older dudes. So at the time I was probably like mid 20s. And the older
mhm,
dudes would be talking about they about to take their girl on vacation. Now these guys were like 45 at the time, maybe 50.
mhm.
And they would always talk about like getting that little blue pill and all this other stuff. And
Yeah,
I remember thinking like, is it like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because these dudes, they weren't in their
yeah,
60s. They were 45, 50 years old talking about, we going away. I got to get my pills, da da da. And I was like, that's crazy. So, hey, listen, whatever motivates you, that's good. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Monetarily, physically,
yeah,
whatever, emotionally. So, how did you come about like finding fasting or doing the juice diet and all that?
right. Yeah, I see. I always been into that type of stuff. Like, I just could never do it a long time. Like, I couldn't do it more than like 7 days, or like the one time I did 10 days. Other than that, I was done. So, but this time, I ain't gonna lie, it's because I started getting followers. That's the real reason that kept me going because I was on day 8, and I was like, um, if I go past 7, I'll keep going. But I was on day 8. I posted and I told people I was gonna keep going. Then that video got like 300,000 views, and I started seeing followers every day. I was like, I gotta keep going. So
Mm.
I was like, I'll just keep going, man. Might as well. Yeah.
Bro,
I
you're
know
on a
it's
roller
not
coaster.
what I know it's not what everybody else be saying, but yeah, that followers that made me take off. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Hey, listen. My thing is this: I don't care like what motivates you per se. I think the
Yeah.
results are the thing that matter. But what I will say is this: as you go through your process, you got to learn, you got to develop yourself because when you get to the end, when the followers are gone, you done reached your goal. You don't want to deal with like going back. So
Yeah.
along your journey as you're doing all these things, because I know you got some other stuff planned. Just make sure that you're developing your mind and you're looking at it like,
Yeah.
okay, these are lifestyle changes I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
Cause like it's easy to go back to eating Whoppers after you done lost 100 pounds, 200 pounds, or whatever the case is. You feel like you made it.
Yeah.
But if you never thought, okay, how did I get to where I was in the first place and why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's literally all I
Yeah,
say.
I got a lot. Yeah, I got a lot to work on. Like I'm still in the middle of my journey, so I already know. Like I can't let off the gas. Yeah, at first it was because of the followers. Now it's because I really see that. Hey man, I'm feeling healthier. I don't got pain in my kidneys no more.
Mm.
I don't have high blood pressure no more. So it's just like I can run up stairs. I could do a lot. Like, and then with the girls, I'm good with that now too. So it's more personal now. It ain't just about social media or nothing no
For
more.
sure.
But that was just a motivator. But motivation leaves. So now I'm more of a straight discipline. I got to do this for me now. And
Hmm.
for other people too. Like people look at me for motivation and things like that. My family, I want to get them healthy too. So it ain't just about me no more.
Yeah. Hey, and that's what's up. Like once again, I don't care what motivates you, as long as you got that motivation and you do something with
Hmm.
it. And then,
Yeah.
honestly, bro, like you got to get out of that critical condition, because like people
Yeah.
die in they 30s from
Oh,
obesity.
for
Like
sure.
that's a thing. As a matter of fact, I was just talking about the body positivity movement,
Hmm.
and a lot of the people in that arena, those influencers, they're dying, and they're in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're dying because of their obesity. You know,
Yeah.
so we got to take that stuff seriously. Now, I'm curious to know, what is the family life like? So, like, you started making these extreme changes. What are their response to it?
They like it. But some don't want me, like they saying I'm going too extreme. Some say they gonna try it and then they try it and then for a couple weeks and stop. So it's a process, like trying to get them to start. And then I told a family member I'm gonna do 40-day fast. You don't need to do that. You're gonna kill yourself and all that type of stuff. But I'm like, I seen it done plenty of times from like your channel. Like I watched all the stuff, so I know people it's possible. I say if another human can do it, then I could do it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm big, so I know I could really go long if I really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Fat on a fast. So, with the family, I'm gonna slowly get them together too once I get myself together.
Hey, listen. One thing I learned about family is they obviously they care about you, right? They're saying it because they
Hmm.
care, but also by the same token, when you come with them results, they're gonna be all on your team. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and the thing is, I'm actually curious about your experience with fasting, because what was the longest that you've ever done like a water fast?
The water fast, just water was 10 days. So I
Okay,
did the juicing fast for 90, but just
okay,
water 10 days.
all right. So walk me through the experiences. Like, what's the difference between the 10-day water fast versus the 10-day juice fast, based on like what you experienced?
The water fast, I feel like since nothing was coming in, like I feel like it was easier, like to not think about food. But
Okay.
since I had the fruit juice, the sugar was coming in. I think it was a little bit harder, but like I said, I had the motivation from other people, seeing the followers and all
Mhm.
that. So it just kept me going. I wasn't posting the 10-day water fast, but I think with that one, without the food, is way easier to me.
Mm.
So I think this 40-day water fast should be easier. It's shorter too, but you know, so I think that's the difference for me.
That's true. It is shorter. I never even I'm because I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, this man talking about doing a 40-day water fast, but you just did a 90-day.
90 days, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Hmm.
What were some of the things that you experienced during your fasting process? It don't matter, water or juice, whatever, that maybe like shocked you. Was there anything that kind of shocked you?
Especially with the fruit juice, like I was taking dumps every single day.
Mm.
Every day it's like, and it was solid too. Like it wasn't like just water. It was solid coming out every day,
Wow.
sometimes two, three times a day. So it's just like I was surprised on that. It was a lot of stuff that I was just like, dang, just healing myself, just seeing like because I had a lot of foam in my pee,
Mm.
seeing that go away. It was just I'm starting to get a lot of loose skin too because I dropped the weight so quick. But it's just it was a lot though. But yeah, especially just taking dumps every day. I wasn't expecting that.
There's
Because with the
something.
when I with the water fast, I wasn't taking. I don't think I was taking dumps every day like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a good observation. Like what I've noticed is because what the juice does is it's the acid from the juice. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It'll go. Imagine it's like if you have a clogged drain and you put Drano
Mm-hmm.
down there, like the fruit juice is like Drano, and so it'll
Yeah.
break up that clog and move it out. So that's why you see that
Okay.
fecal matter with the water.
Mm-hmm.
It does the same thing, but much slower. It's not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it
Yeah.
takes much longer. So you'll have bowel movements like once every 5 or 8 days. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Yeah.
normal. But I tell people all the time, it shows you how slow your bowels move because based on your experience, you see you got a lot of stuff backed up in there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you get to see it come out. And this is actually one of the benefits of using juice. Um, you could actually flush all that material out. And then when you go do your water fast, it makes it a little bit easier because you don't have a whole bunch of backed up feces in there.
Yeah. Facts.
Now, I have noticed that it's actually interesting that you have mentioned the loose skin from the juice fasting because I have noticed that people that do juice fasting tend to be more prone to loose skin. I haven't done enough research, like I haven't had an opportunity to talk to people enough because I know some
Yeah.
people don't get it, but then I wonder if it's the difference between fruit, like actually eating fruit, like if you do a fruit fast
Mm.
and fruit juice, because I know some people they'll eat the fruit, and I don't think they get the loose skin, but the people that do the fruit juice, they get more loose skin.
Yeah. I was surprised 'cause I'm thinking it's gonna come way later, but it was. I get to showing my turkey wings, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's quick. So yeah.
Okay. So then, is was pivoting to the water fast part of your process? Because I know with water fasting, we really don't see loose skin like that,
Right.
or you never even thought about
Uh,
it.
I know. I never even thought about it to be honest. I did. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do the water fast on some spiritual stuff too. Get closer to God. So that's what made me go to 40 days because with the Bible and stuff like that too. But
Right.
yeah, man, if this helped the loose skin, because man, I know I'm gonna have to get loose skin surgery regardless because I need to lose 200 pounds. So I already lost 100. So I need to lose like another 120 or something. So that's loose skin.
What was your starter at the biggest? What was your starting weight? Or
I was 427 and when I had my first kidney stone. So
okay, and how tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay, so you're built similar to my brother, Steven. You're a little shorter and you were a little
Hmm.
bigger, but you guys are very, very close. The reason I
Yeah.
make that comparison is he started off at as big as I think he said the most he ever saw on the scale was 400. He could have easily
Mm.
been bigger. He just never got on the scale.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
and he lost 200 pounds with no loose skin.
That's crazy.
So it's not a guarantee that you got to have loose skin. It depends on how you do it. And I want to make this clear too, because people hear me talk about fasting and fasting and not having loose skin. One thing that I've never talked about is because I really just started to realize it when you do the long juice fast. I
Hmm.
have noticed people develop loose skin. Not as much as you do with like traditional dieting, but still more.
Hmm.
And I think it might have something to do with the sugar, maybe. But
Probably. Because man.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, switching to water, you'll probably see that the loose skin, the progression either slows down, or over time you might actually see it start to reverse. And then of course, with loose skin, it's really about cellular hydration. So when you are, well, what are you eating when you do eat? Like what are you eating?
Like when I'm not on the fast,
Yeah. Have you made any
nah.
changes?
Nah, not yet, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like I ate a burrito earlier. Like I tried to eat like some tofu and stuff like that, some vegan stuff, but
Uh,
oh no, man. What I was thinking, just do my fast. It did make the changes, but I can't do that because I wanted to test it out myself. I wanted to do this juice fast and eat and see how I feel. And I feel like like dookie. Like I feel like shit. Like
okay.
I
Yeah.
don't feel good. So
Yeah.
it's like I should have never done that. Like, but people told me, hey, you don't need to break your fast that way. And then I did it to test it out, and then yeah, it was the wrong move. So after this 40-day fast, I'm definitely gonna make some real big changes.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll
So
forewarn you because I'm all for testing. That's how I learned what I
yeah.
know. Everything that I
Right.
learned, everything I've taught up until this point, with there's a few caveats. It's stuff I've experienced or, I've watched people experience. But
Hmm.
it's good to have firsthand experiences like that because then
Yeah.
you know for sure. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't beat myself up about it. That's fine. But I'll tell you this, be careful when you come off your 40 day, you can't do that. You don't have
Yeah.
the same leeway because when you do a juice fast, it's like you're still getting sustenance, your digestive system's still working. When you do that water for 40 days, your body will respond differently to poor foods. And you might end up
Okay.
hurting yourself, creating a pain. You don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
definitely come off of that with the proper refeed. And 40 days, you need I would say a minimum of 10 days, a minimum. But like most people are going to tell you probably about 2 weeks coming off that 40 day.
And what? Just eat like fruits and just things like that.
Yeah, so we have like a whole system that we basically slowly reintroduce different foods. And how
Yeah.
you started is with high water content foods, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously whole foods, no processed foods, right? I'm talking even like ketchup and stuff, condiments, nothing
Yeah.
processed, no sodas, nothing like that. All of that stuff your body will hyperreact. But
Yeah.
you do whole foods, high water content, um, and I mean honestly, you could start with like a broth too. If you want to do like a vegetable broth with you don't really want like the material of the plant in there. So you make your,
Yeah.
your vegetable broth, you pull that out and you just drink the broth. That's a good way you could break it. You could do fruit juice, right? That's a
Yeah. I was
good
thinking that.
yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Maybe like a green juice or something. You know, like the green juice where you do the apples and the celery and the ginger, that type of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was
Um,
doing for sure.
then also you can obviously have like some, like some cucumbers or some grapes or, you know, some type of
Yeah.
juicy fruit. Um, there's lots of different options as it relates to that, but I would stick with that, and I would stick with
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah.
Now, if you're
Yeah.
gonna
I mean,
do,
I like.
go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
If you're gonna do, you want something warm, after a couple of days, because I mentioned the broth, you can kind of do that. But if you want something warm, you could do like some steamed vegetables. I actually highly recommend that you do steam your vegetables. Don't eat them raw
Okay. Oh,
because
okay.
raw vegetables they're harder to digest. And coming off
Okay.
of a long fast like that you just don't want to do that. So,
Okay.
yeah, you could do some raw vegetables. And what I would say is, let's just say if we're looking at breaking the fast over the course of 14 days, which was the way I would probably teach it, that first week, you're basically doing raw fruits and vegetables, broths, and steamed vegetables and things of that nature. Like I
Okay.
wouldn't get into grains. I wouldn't get into like, even things that are really minimally processed. Like you don't want to confuse the body. You don't want to do
No
too much.
peanuts.
Nuts, I wouldn't do. The first week, I would not do nuts.
Okay. All right.
Second week,
Yeah.
sure, you could start introducing some nuts. You could do some grains. You could do some minimally processed stuff, you know. But like the key thing is make stuff from scratch. Like
Hmm.
part of like as you kind of end your fast, I would highly recommend, man, get some recipes. Find some recipes you like, whether it's bread, like if you want to make bread or even pasta, buy the equipment, do it at home. Cause
Okay.
when you come off of a fast that long, you're so sensitive. You just have no idea. And people they'll go to the Chinese buffet. You have no
Right.
idea, like, bro. And then
That's
and then they end
crazy.
up in the hospital and they wonder why. And I'm like, you can't do that. Like it's too much
Yeah.
chemicals.
Yeah. That's crazy. The Chinese restaurant, because I had broke my fast with my juice fast with a salad.
Hmm.
Um, it was all right, but I could tell like I should have just did fruit. You know what I'm saying, for a little bit, and then went up to salads and stuff. But yeah, that'd be crazy. Chinese food though,
It's
but
crazy,
I'm
but
not doing
like
that. Yeah.
people do it. The other thing I wanted to say too, like as far as the loose skin, the how you eat when you're not fasting, that'll have a big impact on that loose skin as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it's a lot of stuff I don't know, man. I'm still learning in the process of trying to learn everything. So
Hmm.
I'm definitely gonna make some changes after this 40-day fast for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother Steve, I had him on, man, what we were actually doing at the time, that was the alkaline diet. Are you familiar with
Mm.
that?
Yeah. Like Dr. Sabi.
Yeah, I had him doing the alkaline diet, and then he would be like, "Well, Chris is kind of hard." I'd be like, "All right, you could do a little fish." You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Mainly the alkaline diet, and
Yeah.
so the alkaline diet is going to help to further. It basically keeps you healing. Like
Yeah.
even though you're eating, you're still healing, and you still lose weight, and
Yeah.
and then you don't have to worry about like the body hyperreacting. Like if you have a Taco Bell burrito or something, it's you
Yeah.
know it's
It'd be
crazy.
easy. It's like once you own once you own the fast, it's easy to just keep going.
Hmm.
But once you break that thing, that's when it's like, oh shoot, I want some stuff that I used to have. So like I was in it like day 70. I'm good. Like people can eat around me and everything. I'm just like this. But as soon as I know I'm finna be done, my mind get the,
Playing them
oh shoot, I
tricks.
want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And now I know after the 40 days it's not even worth it because it don't even taste good like that for real. You just your mind make you think it tastes good though.
Yeah,
But it don't hit the same.
yeah.
So
Well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty, right? Because you've given your taste buds a chance to reset.
hmm
So yeah, things are gonna taste weird. You go get that bag of Cheetos or whatever, and you could taste the
hmm
chemicals in it, or like the
yeah.
artificial cheese don't hit like it used to.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I had when it got this salad and it had this dressing. It
Hmm.
was like some type of I put it on there, it burnt my tongue. I was like, oh heck no.
Wow.
I know it, yeah, it burnt my tongue. I was like, yeah, my taste buds reset for real.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
so that's actually a benefit, right? You got to understand it. Be
hmm
careful about what you eat, but it's a benefit because it'll help guide you in the right direction as you make those
hmm
lifestyle changes.
Yeah. Cause
So
you can literally taste the chemicals.
you could taste them, yeah. Throughout this process, have you done any exercising? Is that part of your routine, or you just doing the juice?
Yeah. No, I did exercise because I'm on the road throughout the week. So on the weekends, I did like 3 days. I lifted weights and everything. But I could tell my muscles, they wasn't like growing like that for real. So, but I didn't lose a lot of muscle though.
So
But
so
I did a lot of workouts though.
you're saying did you? What about strength though? Like how was your strength?
I got weaker.
You
I
got
got weaker
weaker.
a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah. I expected. I'm not eating no protein, so I don't know how that worked, but
man, you'd
I
be
definitely was still
surprised.
lifting.
You'd be surprised. If you like at the beginning of the process, the body's gonna direct energy towards healing. It's not really looking to
hmm
put it towards lifting and growing muscle. You're kind of doing two
Right.
different things at the same time. But as you keep on the process, you'll notice that your strength comes back, and you'll
Okay.
get gains that you wouldn't expect. You don't need the protein. Me and my brother John, my other brother John, we both did a fitness like experiment. This is years ago,
hmm
and John was fasting 5 days a week, and
mm
he was training to be a fitness trainer, and he was growing
Right.
his muscles. His strength was crazy,
Man, that's crazy.
but it
So you
took
think
him.
this 40-day fast, I should lift weights?
Nah, uh,
No. Okay. Yeah.
nah. Do your if you're gonna be doing like I don't know some type of cardio or like rebounding or something, that'll be great. But you don't want to push yourself too hard.
Okay.
The 40
Yeah.
days a different beast, bro.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't gonna do it, but I just seen you say that. I'm like, wait, should I? Nah.
Nah, the 40 days a different beast. But what I tell you is this. So when you come off that 40 day, you probably gonna lose another 50 pounds or so, 60 pounds. It depends. Um,
hmm
at that point, if you start like a weight training routine, at that point,
hmm
you could just maintain it. So like whatever you're doing, let's say you're going to the gym 3 days a week or whatever, you work out for an hour. If at that point you start fasting, you can maintain it.
Okay.
Because that's your body will be acclimatized to it, and it won't shock your system.
Okay. But yeah, I was thinking like when I'm done with this 40-day, like do something like you said your brother was doing like 5 days on, 2 days eating, you know what I'm saying? Try to eat the right things. Cause I gotta come with something that's not going to just mess up everything I got going because if I start eating the wrong things when I'm done, then it's like all this is pointless and I'm not going for that. So I'm gonna definitely figure out a regimen after this to build muscle because I don't want to be all loose skinned and
Hmm. I'm hoping
frail.
to get ahead of it, honestly, man. Especially after this talk, I'm hoping to get ahead of it so you don't have to worry about that surgery because
Yeah.
you know the body has the ability to recycle that loose skin through autophagy.
Mm.
Like it's got the ability to do it. You just gotta give it the right stimulus, and
Okay.
you're not so far into the process where it's like too late.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You can at the very least minimize it, and then you can continue working on it. As you continue your journey.
Okay.
So it seems like for the most part this has been pretty seamless for you. Nothing really crazy as far as like detox symptoms.
Mm-mm.
Um, so that I mean it's a possibility that might change in the future. But one thing I will say, just as like a tidbit,
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend you get yourself a castor pack.
Castor
You
pack.
familiar with those?
No, I never heard of that.
All right, so castor oil is a deep penetrating oil. What it does is it penetrates into the body and it'll
Mm-hmm.
break up blockages. So the castor pack is just a little cloth essentially. You put the oil on the cloth and you can put it on certain areas of the body and you can get improvement out of your organs wherever you're putting the oil.
Mm.
So what we
My
usually do
kidneys.
yeah. What we usually do is we'll have people put it on their liver to start. That's a
Mm.
perfect place to start. A lot of women, they'll like to use it just around their waist, their belly area, if they got like a food pod, those type of things, or fibroids. And you can kind of target those areas and it'll help shrink for
Mm.
like sculpting. But you
Okay.
could use the castor pack anywhere. Castor oil is just an incredible healing oil.
Yeah.
And we have them on our website, and the reason
Okay.
why I carry it is because of how effective it is, and it also helps to keep your elimination
Lymphatic
pathways
system.
open and working. So as you're losing, because like part of the reason why you're developing the loose skin is
Mm.
because you're losing the weight, but you're not eliminating the toxins optimally.
Mm.
So if we can spend some more energy focusing on getting the toxins out, that'll also mitigate the loose skin. So the castor pack is good for that.
Okay. So you say put it on the liver?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
And what about herbs on the 40-day fast? Cause I got these detox herbs for like try to deworm myself or whatever.
mhm.
So I got herbs for that. I was gonna do that process, but
Yeah.
not sure about. Okay.
Perfect time. It's a perfect time to do that. We have a parasite cleanse too. We have a
Mm.
parasite cleanse. We got an appetite suppressant tea, and we use those on our long term fast. They basically have
Okay.
no negative effect.
Okay. Say, cause I didn't know how that would be like just on pure water. Like cause I thought you had to eat something with herbs. So I'm thinking the fruit juice good because it's fruit juice. It got something in it. But I'm like, I don't know about just water though.
No, like so you could do either or, but when it comes to the herbs, you don't need to eat.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to. There may be some herbs. So let me be clear. There may be some herbs where there may be a recommendation to have food or to have it around food. So I'm not saying
Right.
that that's never going to be a recommendation, but what I'm saying is it's not like when you take a pharmaceutical drug and it's like must
Mm.
can't be taken on an empty stomach. It's not like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, I gotta ask him this. Because I know you know all about all this. So I was like, I gotta ask him.
Hey man, listen, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your journey. I have no problem giving you advice. And it'll be
Yes,
helpful for
sir. Yes,
those
sir.
watching. It's like a different interaction
Hmm.
versus when people just usually come on and just talk about what they did, what they accomplished. Because you're still
Yeah.
in process, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's like a little coaching
Yeah.
session.
Because I'm still over 300. So I'm trying to get in the Wonderland. I'm trying to get there. So it's gonna be all 2025. I'm on
Right.
it.
What's your so tell me about your goals. Like what are you looking to accomplish?
my goals, I want to lose all this weight and then basically just help other people do it too. Like maybe become like a health coach or something in that way. Just want to help people do it too because I know how it is to be 400 some pounds, just keep getting bigger. So I want to help them lose it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing all these trials and tribulations to tell them not to do it. So that's why I got off this fast, just eating certain stuff to see how I would feel. And I'm be like, hey, bro, I did that. You gonna feel like this
Mm-hmm.
when you do this. So you don't want to do that, you know? So just things like that.
Well, if that's the case, man, let me give you a piece of advice. If you don't already have a journal or something, get a
Mm,
journal, document all the small things.
mm,
Cause the small things, like when people watch our interviews and stuff, they be in the comment section, Chris, this person said it'd be the small thing. When he did this, that's when it clicked for him. And I'd be like, that's what really got you. It'd be the smallest thing. So if you like, if as you're going through your process, if you're documenting daily, especially if you're fasting or if you're coming off your fast, like your refeed, and you're talking about, man, I noticed day one of my refeed, my bowel movements were real good, but then on day three, I ate this and I didn't have a good bowel movement, or I felt like I didn't empty completely. Those little kind of details, that's gonna help you when you go to start coaching.
yeah. See, I didn't even think of that. Like all this time, I could have had a little journal with me, man. Let's see,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get me a brand new one. Just
Get
do
you a
that.
journal. And it's not too late. I'm sure you still remember plenty of things. Go
Oh yeah,
back,
yeah.
write down as much as you can. When I very first started, I didn't plan on doing a healthy alternative. I was just recording
Mm,
this for myself, but I had a notebook and I put day one. Here's how much I weigh. Here's how I felt. This is what I experienced. Day
mm,
two. And I document it every day, which I'm not sure about your Instagram, what you do,
mm-hmm.
what you talk about, but a vlog works too. But
Yeah,
you want to make sure to write it, because I mean, you might want to put a program together or write a book one day, and you'll
yeah,
have all them details.
yeah, yeah. My blog, I definitely talk about some things I go through too, so that'd help me go back and look at that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's a good idea. I appreciate that.
Well, that's what's up, man. I love the fact that you want to help people.
Yes, sir.
You know.
I got to. I got to help my mom. She had a heart attack. She got to lose a lot of weight, man. So I'm trying to be a good example for her, and and then all my family. We all got some big backs, and
That's what
we all got
happens.
to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah,
Can we talk a little bit about that actually? As far as, because you said you've always been big, right? Like
yeah, always, yeah,
always.
my whole life.
What was the environment like growing up? What'd you guys eat?
Tacos, chili, pork and beans, which is hot dogs and beans together.
Hmm.
Cereal. We just eat cereal for the morning. Sometimes we have breakfast. Most time I just eat cereal. Like my dad, one time he let me eat a whole box of cereal in front of him because he big too, and
Uh,
I think he was smiling when I was eating it though. He poured me a bowl. I ate it. He said, "You want another one?" I said, "Yeah," and then he poured it, and then he ate it again. He said, "You want another one?" I said, "Yeah." So I that's just how I been. Like we just eat.
he was
I'm the
probably
type to go
proud of you.
back for seconds and thirds. Yeah, yeah, he was happy. I could tell.
Yeah.
And I was like probably like 6
Oh,
at the time, tearing it up. Like I was a chunky boy, so it was crazy.
have
Just
you?
thinking back, like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's That's how he shows love, which it's
Mhm.
man, my mom used to throw candy in our room. Like man, all my siblings, we all big snackers. And
Yeah.
a lot of them still deal with snacking and candy and stuff. And my dad was the same way, big snacker. We would travel a lot. And that's how they
Mhm.
would show love, by giving us snacks, you
Yep.
know?
And we had that link card too, so you know what I'm saying? You get 1,000. We filling up.
Yep.
I'm talking about the fridge stacked up, all the drawers and cabinets stacked up. So it was a field day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get seconds, thirds, all that. Just
Eat till
kept
you're
eating. So
full or more. Yeah.
yep, more. I'm talking about eat till I can't breathe. I'm breathing hard because I'm so full. And I was doing that since I was a little kid.
Mm.
Yeah, man. When it comes to food, man, Like I had this thing called, it was called eating rage, where it's sick to think about. Everybody in my house would be leaving, and I'll be the only one in the house, and I'll be like eating rage, and I just go into the cabinets and the fridge and start eating everything I could as fast as I could. I don't know why I did that, but I was, yeah.
Because you didn't want to be left alone, or
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I thought it was a game or I was young doing it though. So it was
okay, I
just,
got you.
yeah,
Eating rage.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Like a Super Saiyan. You ever watch like Goku and them?
Yeah,
I'm like eating rage, and then I just run, just eat
gotcha.
whatever I could eat fast as I could. So it's
That's
just part of
actually
my life, man.
that's an interesting point, right? Like when you think about the media and
Hmm.
what we consume, when it comes to
Hmm.
animes, all the anime characters, this, especially the main character, they always eat
They,
fast and they eat a lot,
yeah, they be.
right? And
Yup, Naruto. I see Gohan behind you.
right, right. And it
So,
always represents strength and power, right? And so
hmm.
we and then in general, like even if you go to just traditional TV, they teach us emotional eating. They teach us eat at the funeral, eat at the wedding, eat when you have a baby, eat when you get the
Yeah.
job. You know what I mean?
Eat.
So we
Yeah,
develop
it's
these poor
crazy.
eating habits because of all of the content that we consume. And this is why I tell people be careful about the content you consume. So when you're creating content on Instagram, right? People get to tune
Hmm.
in and see what you're doing. You're actually encouraging them to do something different.
Hmm.
You're like an
Yeah.
anti-mukbanger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's what they be telling me to. So I motivate them. They say it in my comments all the time. So,
yeah. Yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing. But here's what I'll say, like, cause I've seen and once again, I love the fact that you said that you're moving beyond that level of motivation. Just always remember that you're human and you're allowed to make mistakes. And
mhm.
I would also say that keep it genuine with your audience because
Yeah.
if you start lying or trying to feel like you're on this pedestal, you're never going to be able to maintain that.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, that's
That's,
why I
yeah.
always tell
You got
people
to
the
stay
truth.
true.
Like like people who really watch me, like watch my content, they'll hear I don't say it all the time in every video, but you'll hear me say,
Hmm.
I don't do everything perfect. I make mistakes. I eat things I'm not supposed to eat. I drink things I'm not supposed to drink. Cause like I don't ever want anybody to be like, oh yeah, I saw Chris doing XYZ. And now I got egg on my
Right.
face because I'm pretending to be perfect.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna
Yeah.
catch me like
Yeah.
that.
So
You
that's
know?
one thing I do. I always tell them the truth, and some people get mad, and some people like. So what you say? He human. He did this for 90 days. He can have a little some, and So I always tell them the truth, but I tell them like, hey, I know I ate this, but I'm gonna keep going though. It ain't
Hmm.
over with. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a journey. And my thing is this, it's not about a destination. Cause in your head you might have, okay, I want to get down to 180. I want to, lift. I want to do all this, whatever the case may be. You're going to feel like that's your destination. But once you get there, your mind, you're going to be at a whole different place. Right.
Yeah,
So
man, I can't wait.
it's, listen, man, it's coming sooner than you think. It really is.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Um, Consistency, it's kind of like compound interest.
Hmm.
Like the more consistent you are, you get double, triple out of it, you know?
Yeah.
What makes the process long for people is all of the backtracking. So
Facts.
that don't mean you gotta be perfect. It just means that if you have a cheat day or whatever, you have something you're not supposed to have, whatever, the next day you just go on and do what you gotta do to get that out your system.
Yep. Exactly, because I lost all this weight from consistency. So 30 days, boom, then 90. That's straight almost like besides between the 30 and the 90.
Yeah.
I did 90 days straight. That's the consistency right there.
It's
So yeah,
consistency.
that's definitely true.
Keep man, hold on to that, bro. Cause like as soon as you let that go, it's very difficult to get that engine going again. So just hold on to that.
Mhm.
And then also I'll encourage you. Are you already in our group, the AHA communities?
I was, but because I was like, I made a post in there and I said, hey, I'm finna do this. I think I said like a 25-day fast or something like that.
Mm.
And I was posting for like 3 days in there, and then I ate on day four. So I just like I ain't coming back.
Come
For
back, man.
sure.
Come back.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the reason why we created that community was for people when they fumble. That's like what it's
Mhm.
for. It's not
Yeah,
for when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing well. You know what I mean? Because you could go anywhere and
Sure.
post when you're doing well. That's for when you fumble. People are gonna encourage you. Watch, go back and or even you don't even got to go back to that. That's probably been a while now. But when you do
Hmm.
your 40 day, if you have a day that you just messed up, post and watch how people encourage you, and that'll help
Okay.
keep you motivated. That'll help keep you going. You know when you're having
Yes,
those
sir.
tough days.
Yeah, it just was embarrassing because you say you're gonna do something and then you don't do it. It's like I done did this so many times. Say I'm gonna do it and then I don't do it. So now it's like I said I did it, now I'm doing it, you know. So but back then I just couldn't do it for some reason. So
Everybody has their time. Everything, everything
hmm.
comes in the right time for you. So it's
Yes,
all
sir.
good. I know you had mentioned you had some questions for me and stuff. You've got a few of those questions. Would you have any more questions
Hmm.
for me? Anything?
I got the two questions, which was the working out and the herbs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really it though, man. Just ready to start at this point. I'm starting January 1st
Okay.
and then
Hit the ground
my
running.
40-day fast. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, man, I look forward to seeing your progress and everything you accomplish. Go ahead and let them know what your Instagram is, because is that where you post for the most part?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah,
I
let them
post
know.
on Instagram. I think it's Dutchie Dutch one or Dutchie Dutch underscore. And I'm on. It's like the same name on TikTok too.
All right.
So it's one of them. Yeah.
Cool. We'll grab it. We'll put it in the comment section, description box, so people can come and watch your journey, be motivated.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming on, spending this time with me, man, and I really look forward to you coming back after the 40 day.
Yeah, I'll be back for sure.
Listen,
Appreciate
here's
you,
what I
man.
say. Regardless of if you do the 40 days straight or if you trip and fumble, come
Mhm.
back with your head held high and just tell us about your experience.
Okay, for
That's
sure.
that's that's what I'll ask, man. Just come, tell us about your experience. It's okay if you don't look. When my very first fast, I was like, I'm gonna do the 40 day. I'm gonna do the Jesus fast. I
Mhm.
only made it
Yeah.
13 days.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But I told the
Yeah,
story, and that's AHA came from the whole that story, that experience.
man.
So
That's
don't
crazy.
think you failed just because you don't hit the mark.
For
But
sure.
I think you'll hit it. I think you got a good plan and some good success under your belt already. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, bet that.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
y'all,
Yes,
make sure to
sir.
hit that like button for me if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, the application of knowledge is power. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.